Afternoon. Before I get started, I wanted to give a shout out to a friend of mine named Mark Zardis. Mark is lives out in Denver. My daughter Samantha's boyfriend Mike, it's his father. He's in the hospital. I want to let him know, thinking about him and praying for he and Sandra and their family. And big Browns fan, big Browns supporter, so I hope he's doing well. Now on to the Cincinnati Bengals. What do you guys got?
Hey Mike, if you found yourself in a situation that Pittsburgh did on Sunday, what are the contingencies for who would be able to kick field goals? I assume it'd be Jamie, but
Yeah, James. Well, we tried one against the Jets
right.
last year, late in the first half. Yeah, Jamie would be our field goal kicker. Case would probably be the holder, and then Charlie would be the snapper.
And then if something happened to Jamie too, God forbid,
Then we go for two,
okay.
or do what Pittsburgh did. Go for two and probably go for it on fourth down.
Does anybody else ever kick off in practice?
Jamie kicked off during training camp. This time of year, because it's a long season, he'd be fine. He kicked a few into the net. If we needed him to, he'd be okay.
I think there were some. I know it was Billings who hit Boswell. Was there anything wrong with that, or because there's some people said, even officials said that should have been a flag?
It was Jordan Elliott. I thought he did a great job getting over there because I was worried about Boswell running it in. He led with his hands, and it was a pretty aggressive hit, but they didn't flag it, and it was a good play by him. I thought he did a great job getting over there, and I hope Chris is okay. I like Chris; he's a good kid, but they put him in a tough spot.
On that play, Mike, it looked like the defense knew right away. Like they were pretty alerted. Were you just happy in their recognition?
Yeah, Anthony Walker did a great job of getting it's an easy check for us. Anytime they motion or really, I think we're pretty sound. I'm not sure why they ran it, but we're pretty sound in what we do, and it was a pretty easy check for us. And I thought the guys did a great job reacting to the situation at hand, just like we did against the Giants last year when they broke the formation. So the Steelers ran a fake 3 years ago in Denver. Not exactly the same thing, but every time we play Pittsburgh, I show that fake, and it's just beyond high alert because Chris can throw the ball, Boswell can throw the ball, so we're always alert for stuff like that.
So not even specific about that, but like in that situation, I'm sure. Let's just say it was you guys. Like, does Coach fancy you to say, "Hey, we're going to go for it," and then that's up to you on what you feel is the best play call for the fake? Is that?
Are you talking about if we fake one?
Like if you were going to fake one,
that's
just Coach says, "Hey, we're going to call it."
It'd be something we worked on in practice that Coach and I would discuss during the week, and then on game day, it's always his decision. It's always a head coach decision. I would never do anything, obviously, without his approval. But if it is something that we would run, then
I'm saying like the actual play call, like to pass it. So Coach says, "Hey, we're going to go for it." It would then be your call to say, "Hey, we're going to run this particular."
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Okay. Yeah, and it's something that we would discuss during the week and go from there.
You just said you're not sure why they went for it because you sussed it out so quickly. What was the tell?
Well, the wing went in motion, and as soon as he took the wing on our right side, as soon as he took his first step, Anthony checked to our base check, which was a pretty simple call. And like I said, a lot of times, you don't know if you're always going to get the exact check that you want, but we made it pretty easy. We coached them up that this was a possibility, and Anthony did a great job getting everybody in position.
On that side, they said something about the snap taking a long time. Mike said that the snap took a long time. Was that anything that you noticed?
No. I saw the guy go in motion. I saw Anthony check to our base check, defense check, and guys lined up, and we just got to go play ball. You never want them to fake it because there's always a possibility that something bad could happen for us, but we did a great job covering it, and it was a good play.
Hey Mike, since you as special teams coordinator know all these guys, are you concerned that this Odell Beckham situation can divide the team?
I don't think so. I think we have a bunch of pros in our locker room. I think that whatever decision was made was in the best interest of the Cleveland Browns, and we're laser focused, and that's really all we're thinking about is the Cincinnati Bengals.
What kind of challenge do you see it for Kevin to make sure that this distraction doesn't become too much?
I think Kevin's done a nice job as a leader of the coaching staff and our football team. And like I said, the guys in the locker room, we got a bunch of professional football players that really know what their job is and what the task at hand is for the Cleveland Browns this weekend against the Cincinnati Bengals, a very, very good football team on the road, and that's where our concern is.
This seems like a very fragile point in the season, though. Everything's still in front of you, but your margin of error is a lot thinner right now. And then with this whole Odell situation hovering over it as well, just as someone that deals with the entire team, how do you maybe as a coach or prevent it from just blowing out of control?
So when the guys came in Monday and we watched the tape from the Steeler game, special teams wise, before I started the meeting, I mentioned that we still have a very good football team. All our goals are still in front of us. We just made it a little bit harder on ourselves. And coming in Wednesday and getting locked in, and yesterday was for us punt and kickoff, and today is punt return, kickoff return. Tomorrow we have field goal block, and some of their core phases. That we just go about our business, come in, be professionals as coaches and players, do your job at a high level, and prepare for this football game. And that's exactly where our focus is.
Mike, the Bengals have long ranked pretty well in special teams.
Mm-hmm.
What makes them a good special teams?
I think their special teams coordinator is outstanding. I think Darren Simmons, who's normally a friend of mine, there's 2 weeks here he's not a friend of mine, but Darren does a great job. He has players that they're good players. They draft well. They drafted that young kicker. I think Evan McPherson's a very good young kicker. They have a veteran snapper, a veteran punter. They have 2 good returners, and I think Darren puts those guys in positions to be successful. I think he's a very good coach. I think they put a lot of emphasis on special teams like the good teams in this league do, and so obviously we have a great challenge ahead of us.
Mike, I got 2 return questions from the game Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Felton looked like he had a bunch of room straight ahead of him on one of those punts, and he took it sideways.
No, well, there was a couple guys we did a poor job blocking on the right side. It was a right return.
Okay.
We didn't do a great job on the gunner, but we did okay. And the guy, we lost the guard and tackle on our right side. We didn't do a good enough job blocking him. And should he get downhill, maybe a little bit more, but there wasn't a whole lot of room there. I don't blame him.
And then the short kickoff that looked like Kelly and Schwartz kind of fighting.
The ball was in the air for about an hour, and it seemed like they had a long discussion who was going to return that one. That was a big play. I was to me, coming out of that game, obviously very disappointed we lost. But the opportunity we had to make a big play because their kicker was out and their punter wasn't a great kickoff guy, the opportunity we had there to get a big play was disappointing. And there was supposedly communication there, and I believe both guys. And one guy said he didn't hear it. The other guy said I said it. Well, we like John Kelly to block in that situation. If we do, they're squeezing with Anthony's speed. We might pop that thing out to the right, which we should have.
Your kick coverage has been so good this year. Do you feel that the kick return has to be better?
Well, sure. I mean, I don't know where we rank or anything, but I know we haven't had a lot of opportunities. But the opportunities that we have had, we have not done good enough, to be honest with you. So, and I think we have a good young kickoff returner. He's still learning. He's smart. He wants to make good decisions. We put him in a lot of different situations and meetings and practice and walkthroughs, and we talk about a lot of things. But until he gets that experience, he won't be a great returner in this league. He has the ability to be a very, very good returner, Anthony Schwartz. But until he gets a lot more reps under his belt, we're not going to see his best football quite yet. But we're getting there.